YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Clipper the Clipper, and I'm back at it. In this video topic discussion, we're going to be giving a review on The Age of Disclosure, the federal movie that's out and dropped a few days ago. November 21st, November 22nd is when it was released. This is a quick review of The Age of Disclosure, the federal movie that was constructed to talk about UAPs and UFOs. To get straight to it and not to beat around the bush or anything like that, they didn't show no spectacular new UFO footage that they haven't been showing, but they told the honest truth, and the honest truth is what they saw physically and what they just can translate and tell you. And just to be honest, so the honest truth, as soon as you open the movie and you start watching the movie, they tell you that there are machines in another civilization that's watching us, the American people, the United States of America, and the rest of the world, planet Earth. So off the break, off the pat, they're letting you know machines, actual machines that you just can't take out, are subconsciousing us telepathically, incorporeally, intangibly, ghostly, and it's controlling us. And we really can't do nothing about it. And another thing that they tell is another truth that's separate but kind of the same, and they're confused. So that's why you should watch the movie, because they call a UAP or a UFO a bubble. That's right. So not only we getting watched by machines from another civilization from somewhere else, we have these crashes in our realm where we're from as earthlings and humans. The most violent species known in the universe is a human being. We got these crashes with the UAPs and UFOs. And another truth they told, they said when man, us, human beings, when we play with nuclear warfare, we bring them down. So that's a different element, that's a different argument than a bubble or a car crash, so to say, in the sky with a UFO, whether it's another UFO or humans trying to shoot it down. So off the rip, you already know there's something unearthly here on planet Earth. Right? It's obvious. If the machines is telling the humans what to do, basically, and through their movement, they're teaching us how to talk and communicate to stay calm with each other, because we're amazed that we seeing these machines moving. And the machines is not amazed that they seeing a human moving. That's basically what they told us in The Age of Disclosure. So it's different truths. It's not like it's one truth that they're telling. They're telling that a civilization is watching us, and then there's also something going on our side of the world. It's the crashes, it's the bubbles. Now the bubbles is like when you seen a UFO disengage a missile. Also a bubble is when a human being hits some type of UAP or orb out the sky. It's a different type of bubble. So that's a different type of chapter in religion, or different type of sect in religion. You already is amazed by something that's controlling you, and now you have a problem on your hands because it's not really human over there. The humans get frozen when they see the machines. So our government is keeping it 100 and telling us, don't tell everybody, but this is the way we're going to tell y'all, is that we see machines, we physically see the machines, and we're scared to go at them. And like I said before, in college, when they show you films and stuff, there's certain gray UFOs you don't hit, right? you escort them out, right? I made that point, right? I said when things get out of hand and the forbidden comes to fruition, UFOs are going to start attacking people, right? Facts. So you're seeing it. You're seeing it in a different way. When you talk and you say something, sometimes it can be misinterpreted in a different degree, in a different angle. But in the age of disclosure, they said that these machines is controlling us, basically. They got their eye on us. They're like a drone. But then the people get confused with the word control. Our people, our human beings, whether they work with lizard people from the super earth, which they didn't talk about, but you can tell these are a whole bunch of people that came together to take on the machines. So they never went in depth about Lyrans, Dracos, or nothing like that. But if you look at a function of a gray alien, which is a destroyer, it can turn into a machine. It can turn into a drone because it's an organic drone. So if you want to bring up a point where there's a mantis trying to put the destroyer to work, the destroyer is going to already work. And that's what a bunch of gray UFOs are. That's what you see, right? So besides having a flesh form, they can have a shape-shifting form. See, you only like shape-shifting when it works in your favor. When you could turn into somebody and you could use somebody's name. You could use somebody's aura that you never accomplished. You never lived in anything. You don't know nothing about what that person went through or anything. You just want to use the person's name and be spammy. Like the blood type that I already showed you, right? You have a bigger problem on your hands because you can't read the machine from the other civilization that's watching us. But it's like they blaming you for the crash because the crash is happening in your dimension. So it's like it's trying to get home to the drink that you already scared of. And you got bubbles matching words in scripture. And when I say that because the simple answer is the bubble is not from here. It's a bubble. So as soon as it pollutes what's in the sky, whether it's a missile or a cloud or just taking its course, it's still a bubble around what you see. So if it look like a top hat, if it look like a tic tac, if it looks like a camera or a drone, it has a bubble around it. And that's what's making it fake. So when it plays a fake factor into the sky with the simulation that we living in, religious, culture, all of that included, government included, you can't do nothing because if you think like a germ, it's not supposed to be there and it caught you. So it caught everybody's attention. But it's a bubble. So therefore, if it's a bubble, it doesn't match. It's it's extra polluted. It's like having a screensaver that's plastic and it got bubbles in it instead of it being fresh. Magneto, Magneto, he wears purple and he wears red. And look what he control. He could open Wolverine's whole skeleton out his skin in the subway and then closes and crunch him that way. And Wolverine got to sit there and heal. Think about what I'm telling you and what I'm showing you. So the human beings is the most violent things in the universe. There's other human beings trying to tell us that this specific realm of human beings, we're just garbage. We terrible. In the spiritual realm. And the machines that we scared of, they really trying to show us something, or they really trying to rock us. Period, point blank. And humans are scared. Now they didn't show no film of nothing new, nothing moving. They had the big whale, shark, dolphin UFO that was in the sky. They never showed that. They didn't show it at all. They didn't show the other fingerprint looking one. They didn't show it moving. You're supposed to show it moving. They showed something else. They showed paranormal activity, which is dark energy, makes us feel that way, and it makes us see something specific. They drew a picture on it. You could think about Hollywood horror movies, the feeling, the spook that it gives you, the frantic that it gives you. You could think about that, right? Because they show it in nocturnal vision. It only shows in nocturnal vision also. and like them camera lights in the and that the military use. So when you buy that on the internet, you can see it. Just like what I told you about the snake repellent. You spray snake repellent around certain people, they features turn digital. You can see that they using the back of their brain. That's reptilian sensory. I didn't say nothing that was bugged out. That's scientific fact. That's psychological and social work too. That's every line of fact. If you went to school and you learned about the human brain and what made people kirk out, adrenaline and everything, you remember that the back of the brain is reptilian sensory. So we human beings, we made from everything. That's the only thing you gotta accept. If you can't accept it, you can't accept it. I don't care. But it's the machine a drone. That's where the white people get scared. And that's funny. That's funny. Because that's what that shit could be. The machines is not fucking machines. It's a gray alien. It's not a green one, it's nothing. It's not a fucking machine, it's nothing. Them shits is gray aliens, and you can't tell, and you scared. And then when they show you the bubble, that's a gray alien too. Getting knocked out the sky, and you see the plasma, that's his blood and all that shit. Getting knocked out when he get hit by human behavior. That's what that shit is, in the sky. Stupid. I told you, and it come out the water too. I seen it when I was a little kid. It's obvious. Aliens and UFOs are gas. And that's what everybody is. Fuck blood, fuck skin, hair, and everything. You're gas. You're a different type of gas. You go off laughing gas, like the little old positive gorilla or monkey chimpanzee, and you do all types of weird shit. Everybody. That's what that shit is. It's gas. You can't argue me. I'll win every single time. That is gas. Laughing gas, they got gay gas that made the old positive monkey act like that they put in nuclear weapons because it makes you freeze. Facts, because it fuck up the brain and the hormones and the XY and all of that, yeah. So now that you know that, yeah, they calling them, the white people, the Chinese people, the Indian people, they calling them machines. They convinced it's machines. I think it's a gray alien. It's another flesh. It's a balloon. It's like a balloon. It's like a Project Bluebeam. The shit that they scared to show us, like what I'm showing on my cameras and what I'm catching in real life, right? And on my channels and I'm posting, that's what it is. It's like a balloon. It's a fucking chicken attack. It's a mirage. That's what that shit is. They gray aliens. I said a gnome is an elven. Nobody understood what I meant by that. An elven. If you know what an elven is, then you know what a leprechaun is. If you know what a leprechaun is, you know what a New Jersey devil is. Yeah. And if you know that, you know what a gnome is. So, I was a little bit more swifter than y'all. Here I go again. And here you niggas trying to shine off me, right? Or some that I know and I'm privy and fast off and on. I can prove that to you. All of that is the manipulation. How it happens is summons a UFO, and a UFO is like a demo. It's like a trial. It wants to get absorbed. It wants to get hit, and that's what a gray alien wants. Because a mantis is really not in charge. A mantis is like another puppet. It's like another balloon. It's like another tall ass tree. That's all it is. And the gray alien is worse than the mantis. Facts. They didn't talk about Lyrans. They didn't talk about Draconians. They didn't talk about the little green shits. None of them that's in Brazil. They didn't talk about nothing else. They didn't talk about the race. They wasn't funny or nothing. They told you the God honest truth. They said we are watched by a civilization, and the civilization is full of machines. And we can't penetrate them. That's what they said. We can't penetrate them. This is on the Age of Disclosure. $25 movie. This is a $25 movie. They didn't show you nothing flavor. Nothing. And it looks completely edited. It looks like the version that they gave us, they edited. They took out certain clips that had moving UFOs that we wanted to see, and they only showed us certain stuff. And they just told us the truth. Facts. That joint was edited. I'm too fast for it. I seen that the original version of the Age of Disclosure had way better UFO showings. They only showed us paranormal activity in the United States of America. In Colorado, right? They show red. They show root red UFOs that's coming to get people. They showed all of that shit. Yes, it is. That's all they showing. But it's more to it. right? It's more to it, and we so close to it because it wants to smack us in the face to put certain people in place. Facts. And the government people, the federal people, they in place when it comes to certain shit like that. When it comes down and start talking to you subconsciously, in the intangible, in the incorporeal, when it start doing that to you and limiting your ass, then you realize where you at in the United States of America, the world, the planet, the universe, and everything. So that's why I'm as cocky as I say, and I'm going to stand on it. That's all it is. They talked about nothing else. They gave you the truth. And I sat up there and I looked at all of these light-skinned, scared-ass niggas. They scared. They wanted to call it a machine. It's a fucking gray alien. That's what that shit is. I don't care what nobody say. It's a gray alien. And they scared. Facts. I don't want to hear nothing else. They said it's a civilization watching us. We can't do nothing. Time, travel, nothing. We have no superior entity over this whatsoever. It's a gray alien. When we finally got, look. They basically want to tell you we finally got optics on the machinery that's controlling us. And I told you that shit was on YouTube a minute ago. I'm telling you, they had other planets around the planets that they taught us about, which was scary. But the optics of the situation, they finally found something strong that rubs them the wrong way. People here, United States of America, out there, it's real out there. Y'all keep thinking y'all grounded in the firmament, and I told you it's not like that. Told you, we cannot possibly be glassed in like that. It's just no way in hell. If we are almost 100 degrees, there's no way in hell. It has to be electricity. That's why you think that way. And that's why it's punishment. It's static electricity. That's why the average human thinks there's a firmament. You want it to be a firmament. It's really static electricity. And it's here to punish you when you go that high. Whether you think there or you're there physically, it's going to. That's what it was, and I absorbed it. Off the rip. That shit that they see, I ain't even got to see it. The shit that they showed, okay, it's a couple of new ones. I give it to you, but I'm hefty and heavy on the research, so I seen it already. And I anticipated it, and I kind of knew what it was. And you're really not showing nothing. Because the big granddaddy that you're scared of, nigga, you still ain't blow at that nigga. You always went at the little shit that's looking for somebody that's looking to put something down. That's what them little shits that they connect, that's a gray alien. It's a drone. That's what I'm saying. It's a drone. It's not really what you think. We get big physically. They get big in their brain. You see what I'm saying? They starved. We ate. You feel me? It showed. You Devin Haney, and then you can knock the nigga out. You made him look normal. You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. IQ. The little kangaroo nigga's been punching niggas in his face his whole life. And Bill think that shit is funny. And he's shocked and shit. For the ostrich and Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? It's all types of... It's gas. I'm telling you, all of that shit is gas. Real life gas. That's what it was. And make people bop off certain vibrations and act a different way. Facts. Off temperature. Off how you feeling. It's matching the color. It's matching all of that shit. Facts. They told you. I don't have to see it. What they scared of. They didn't show it. They told you what happened. If you believe in God, you can stick it to God. It's a machine. And they got bubbles over here. We can only see them through a telescope. We can't, you see what I'm saying? See how it's like a chicken's disease? It's like a mirage. It's like a hallucination. And I'm calling it a gray UFO. Like they finally found something out there. It's going to show it to you. You don't want to see it because you don't want to believe it. But when that shit finally hits you in the face, it hits you in the face. Certain people look away. They get scared. They don't want to believe it or nothing. Something just hits you. You feel what I'm saying? So they bumped into the machines. Or did the gray UFOs whisper in their ear a different way through the wind? That's what I'm saying. The gray UFO used the wind a different way, whispered in y'all ears, in the government's ears, and caught your attention. The shutdown, all of that. They wanted to talk about it. They told y'all. They told y'all. They didn't show nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing new. I don't know what version. Maybe I gotta go in the movie theater and watch it. If it's the same, if it's no UFOs, just like when they took the genie out of Beauty and the Beast. Remember when Beauty and the Beast was in the movie theater and they had the genie that was mad loud and it fucking blew certain people's eardrum and they swept it under the rug. But if you've seen the Beauty and the Beast, the genie, they had the genie gin or whatever segment and it was flavor. It was dope. It made Beauty and the Beast flavor. Firmly in the teens, in the early 2000 teens. See what I'm saying? It was Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, they had a genie, they had a gin. And he summoned out of nowhere in the living room. That joint was flavor. And yo, the movie theater was so loud. Yeah, like niggas' ears popped. Like people was scared of that shit. People was scared. Like little kids left and they was crying and terrified and people couldn't report it. They had to take that shit out of the movie. It was Beauty and the Beast. Facts. They had a few that every genie, every one of them shits, that every movie that had that, they took it out. It was more than one too. That Jungle Book shit had it too. That extra loud effect, yup, and it's sending your eardrums, boom. You see the baby start crying. You see women start crying and boyfriends is frightened and shit. Like that shit was funny. Like I was in the movie theater when I seen that shit. That shit was loud, and I was in the front. I did not expect it, not at all. She was loud. It's a break. I'm dead ass serious. That it has to be gray. It's a gray alien. I'm saying this whole test, this Adam and Eve test, if they both would have starved, would they look like an alien? The head gets big, the body shrinks. Did he die and get some magic? The gray aliens. And now we live in the opposite side because we could probably physically hurt a gray alien. That's what that shit is? That's all I'm asking. You could relate it any type of way. I don't care. That's what they told you. They didn't show nothing new. Nothing new. If you looking for something that's a UFO that's going to haunt you, you feel me? This is not really, it's not there. Like, I seen it all. You can take your pick. No. They have depictions of Jesus praying to UFOs. I'm saying, is that the criminal Jesus Christ? Or is that the real one that's taught in prophecy in all religions? It's wild stories in the United States of America is matching that type of UFO. Because y'all are all in praise for the wrong Jesus Christ in a different way. And you show us something. Facts. So when you watching them, like when you finally watching these government people, and you could be like, oh, all right, this nigga, he's probably from a super planet too. And Elon Musk is really not from a super planet. He probably just worked out with microwaves and got lucky. And seen pareidolia. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's shit like that. Like, remember numbers, hooked up microwaves, try some nuclear blow up shit with a fucking computer, and he took a picture of it, and you seen a pareidolia picture, and it looked crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's little lucky shit like that. Like, he's probably not an alien. He's probably just lucky. But the real federal government, the people that come with the police officers, see, that's what you niggas don't understand. See, you see how police officers come? It's going to be somebody dressed like a police officer that's really an undercover federal agent. And then they're going to have somebody not in that type of uniform. When I say that type of uniform, I'm talking about a blue uniform or a black uniform. They're going to have some Dockers on. They're going to have a polo shirt, a Hawaiian soapy shirt. They're going to have some lugs on and something like that. Right? He's going to look DT-ish undercover. This nigga is federal property too. And the other nigga that's dressed like a cop, right? And he's a federal fucking officer on the low. He's tired of wearing the fucking blue police officer shit. Facts. I could just explain that shit that way. If I could relate anything now to aliens or whatever, and people just being violent species and a gray alien just scaring the shit out of the human. That's it right there. It's a federal officer versus a police officer with another federal type police officer there at a situation. That's, you know what I'm saying? That happens in celebrity cases. Just saying. Y'all all put y'all power in a person with a gun. Just what it is. A lot of y'all niggas is out here backspinning and you niggas is fronting like you shooting everything for. You're not. And there's actually people that will come put y'all niggas down had they been out here. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm just bringing that up. So for them to show, so for the Asian and the Indian to show that they scared of the drone. Listen. The light-skinned Asian-looking guy, he's scared of the civilization, right? The dark-skinned Indian guy, he's scared of the crash, of the bubble that's happening on planet Earth. And these two niggas is talking about shit and they not in the same room together. They not talking to each other. These are different segments. All right? So you got the light-skinned guy who just, you can tell he's in power. He's a man in black with a white shirt on today. He's lucky. All right? Yes, he is. He's bald. You know what I'm saying? Like, he done seen the shit. He probably he knows how to fly a plane. You know? He's a man in black. He's dressed in a regular black tuxedo looking bummyish. But he knows how to fly a plane. He has an attitude with people. He done seen some shit. I don't know. Just saying. Propaganda. Right? That same man is telling you there's a civilization full of machines that got their eye on us and they controlling us. And the other problem is the bubbles that's happening in our universe. And there's things like complaints from the human beings. There's racism, there's terrorism, there's sexism, there's colorism, there's hatred, there's love, there's lust, there's complaints. There's relationship, there's benefits, there's molestation. You feel me? He's a mad person. Just look at that. He's a mad person who told you that. Now think about all three police officers and all three federal officers. They all have kids. And this is a topic, this is a discussion. We're going to just determine who's going to get out of jail. I can get this cop that's in blue in trouble. And this cop that's really a cop and not federal, I could get him in trouble too and watch me. He'll just walk off, make a call, you're under arrest. That's a federal move. It's not a police move. Okay? That's why a lot of people get lawsuits later down the line. And certain people you go for murder because you know you didn't do it because you were scared of the streets. You know? And then you get rewarded or whatever because you're scared of the streets. Certain people pull your card down the line. I'm just saying. The nigga in Memphis with straight drop. And the other nigga that killed Dolph, that got out. Like him, his luck. The nigga with the face tat or whatever. Look at that shit. Look, you see what I'm saying? It's gas and how people look different. And I told you it's two different problems. So if we getting watched by the federal government, but we got the celebrities making the bubble, right? We getting watched by by the feds. But the celebrity is making the bubbles. What you thought I was going to say? You see, there's a problem. That's how clear and fine that shit is. If everything got to stick to me, then it's going to stick to you. Fuck you. I'm going to make it. That's how I feel. So I believe him. But there's no pictures. The pictures they only showing is paranormal pictures. They not showing nothing else. I don't know if you get a paranormal film from everything. I don't. Certain of them shits just look like it's test dummies. And I call it a UFO or a gray alien. It's just played. That shit is strong enough. It can take that. That's how I feel about it. So if that's what you're scared of, then that's what you're scared of. It took that. That's how I feel. The shit that get blown out the sky, if that's a gray alien, that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. All they did was shapeshift into a drone, get blown out by a human. That's it. And you see how it looked? That's all it was, and it just stayed in a petrified soul state, and they did whatever they want. That's crazy. It's a drone. It's an organic drone. If you want to call it a picture taker, if you want to call it a clip or a clipper, you got a shooter, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. That's what that shit is all about. He starved himself so much he became electric. Humans became what? God body-ish. So there it is. That's the chat. That's what the white man is scared of. And that Asian nigga is scared of. They scared of that shit. And I don't believe is machine is actual like Transformers. I don't believe that. Nope. I think it's that motherfucking gray alien too. Yeah. That's what it is. That shit is shape-shifting into that. It has to be. He's scared. That nigga, he's seen that shit. And then how do you notice when you looking out in the universe, all of a sudden there's a problem in your fucking world and under your stars? Yeah, there's a problem under the stars of planet Earth. What? America's part of planet Earth. Africa's part of planet Earth. India is part of planet Earth. Asia, France, Turkey, Russia, Canada, they all a part. Y'all all a part of this shit. It's simple and plain. That shit is talking that fast to you. It like it wrote your script already. Yeah, facts. So the problem is that the dark-skinned Indian, he's worried about the bubble. So is he down with the gray alien that's looking like a robot, or is he scared? Does he know? Does he know? Or is he probably don't know. We don't know. But he looks like he's an alien. He looks like a dirty alien from a super planet. I'm dead ass. You're going to talk to people that looks like super aliens. They're telling you that they found some shit and they scared of it, basically. And they look like Superman people. They're not showing no crafts. They showing themselves. You're going to tell. You're going to be able to tell. That's the only benefit that I say that you can go watch for it. That, okay, it might be a planet close enough here that we could get there. That's it. I'll give you that credit. You get there like this. Quick, fast, and a jiffy. Okay, it's another super planet you get there and there's human beings. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. If you want to say it is, I'll let you tell your story. I ain't going to shut you down. That's the only thing I can say. That's the only thing I can say. What? That's what it is. See, the grays ain't touching you. You see what I'm saying? That shit is playing mind games on you. That's why I said it shrunk his head when it didn't eat. When it starved, his head, he shrunk so much, he starved so much, that he became electricity to the world. And the girl didn't do it. And that's the shit that's fucking everything else up. That's what's messing everything up. I just don't believe the machines. I don't believe in machines. You can't convince me. You cannot convince me. If that shit is a machine, then the UFO is a machine. That's all it is. It's a machine looking different. Then say that. Say that the machine, I'm not scared of the black gook or none of that shit. Say that the machine looks like something. Okay? When you're on TV, when you're ready to take our $25, say that the machine looks like a spider. It looks like a huge fucking something. Say something. Say something. You see what I'm saying? Say it looks like a candle, or it looks like, you said it looked like a Tic Tac, right? $25, that's what I'm saying. Say it looks like a bottle of suntan lotion or something. Say something. You didn't. You was just scared. He wouldn't look out the window. David Grush, they tried to kill David Grush. Yeah, the one that we seen introduced this whole situation, we still think an alien. He might be a lost alien like Kamala Harris, who might be a victim. She might have died in a car accident a long time ago and they resuscitated her. And she has amnesia. It's a whole bunch of stuff that I could talk about. I don't know if you're going to find the stories because they did the sweep on YouTube. But I remember a lot of stuff and I'm not bugging. I'm not. It's the same lady that chased me across the street in White Plains, New York. Let's talk about it. I'm just saying, it's funny. I don't think that you can't convince me that that's not a gray alien. And he's just scared. Unless he really thinks them shits is machines. If you really think them shits is machines, then you're fool. And I don't think you should be working here no more. You should be fired. Fired. That's a gray alien. I don't care. That's what that shit is. They scared to tell you. They're frightened. Right? They frightened. And it's everybody versus the gray alien. It's everybody versus the gray alien. No matter how human you are, right? Or how lizard man you are, it's everybody versus the gray alien. That's what that, you could tell them. I'm reading them. And then the funniest shit is the darker Indian. The dark, he doesn't know nothing about it. You have to ask him. Like, you open up the movie talking about we are under surveillance. There's a civilization watching planet Earth and their machines and they're like video. You're basically telling us that they're shooting us, they're videoing us, they're clipping us. Our every move with matches. Our dean is written already before we born. Right? And whatever happens is going to happen. Basically, you put free will in jeopardy. That's what humans do. Humans put question in their free will. If this has to happen, and that has to happen. So, to say that aura came from a civilization of machines that you can't penetrate, or is that a gray alien going into Charles Lee Ray Chucky mode? You convince me you a coward because you freeze. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna put. He's worried about the accident. If you look at it, we not responsible for the fucking accident. Honestly and truthfully, we just shooting this shit down because you see it manipulating us. You see what I'm saying? You see how we not 100% against that shit? I'm just trying to open your eyes to something. We don't necessarily get off the nuclear bomb that they shoot. They don't get that shit off 24/7 every single time. Like, Sports Illustrated, real highlight reel. No, it's not a go every time. Them joints be backfiring. We still don't know why they waste so much money on nuclear energy. But now they told us nuclear energy summons the UFOs. So that's why the presidents and them dictators and all of that, that's why they shoot that shit in the sky so they can summon the UFOs. It's entertaining. So now we bit off a little bit more we could chew because our government is frozen. Got to turn on each other. Facts. That's the alternative. If you don't go out there back to the civilization or wherever you see, if you don't send something out there like quick, you scared. That's the whole petrified soul state. Isn't it? Doesn't that make sense? That's the whole petrified soul state. So I said, if it's the gray alien, you're knocking the gray alien out the sky. Maybe he's telling you that. Maybe he knows that shit. That's what I'm saying. The movie is broken up. You're anticipating new UFOs, and they're not showing a whole bunch of them. The majority of them I've seen. They're not showing. I think they're penalizing us. They're not showing us everything. Because you didn't show us, you didn't show us the controlling civilization. There's one there, and it's machines you didn't show us in the documentary. That's why I complain about $25. Yeah, show me something. I'm open to it. I'm gonna look at it. I seen YouTube before it was swept 4 and 5 times. The hell? That's why they pay so much. YouTube pays the most money ever. Nothing in the world pays more than YouTube. YouTube is the lottery. If you mess with your federal worker that puts you on to YouTube, he can get you paid. He gonna do what he gotta do, and it works. They show you it. They use credit and credit cards. So it's another way of living. It's another lifestyle. It's like going to college. It's like going to HBCU or university, being a foreign exchange or being on a scholarship for a sport or something. That's all it is. They just start shooting stuff off. But he's scared. Does he know, I don't think the problem is our problem. I think you need to just bomb at the joint that you think is controlling us. That's how I feel. They didn't show nothing. They just told you the truth. It has to be a gray alien. That's what that joint is. That's the tricky joint. Like I said it. If the devil was green, right? Then woo, is he the goblin? Okay. If you have an elven, which is a leprechaun, which is a gnome, basically the New Jersey devil, or little people, you have a different entity, especially if you call it something Nephilim, demonic, or giant, because that's what that is. A demon is a giant. A demon is the Nephilim. Okay? They brought the dark energy. If you don't understand where I'm coming from, that's how the dark energy was brought, whether you like it or not. So that's demonic. Okay? So before you know you try to bite people's head off or you try to bite their style, understand what you summon it. Because a lot of people is on tack with this, but people are getting paid to report this. But you don't have no pictures. Where is the pictures? Why are they all gone? We have real footage. The gray alien looked like a skeleton, right or wrong. Petrified salt state and the shit came alive. It's a mummy. The skin looked like salt. He looked like he died. It looks like Vishnu. Remember they let Vishnu die? Y'all remember that? See, when he was turned green, he was penalized. He was punished by Brahma. He didn't die. He was punished. He was penalized. Feel me? He didn't die just yet. You know what I'm saying? Until he died. It was a celestial embodiment that you keep trying to summon. You keep trying to summon this type of celestial embodiment, this Vishnu embodiment, but it's not lasting the way it should last. You feel me? It's celestial embodiment. It's the gas. You get gas when you win a fight or you win the game. If you win the basketball game, if you win the football game, if you win the lottery, the bet, if you throw like Rozier, whatever his name, Terry Rozier. Yeah, you cheat. Cheat like the refs did Klay Thompson last night. Yeah, all of that. That's what it is. It's gas. They learned something. That the joints actually come down and they actually, they limit you. That's what that gray alien joint is. I keep trying to tell people. Facts. They admitted it. They call it machines. You just can't. Without showing it, you have to show it. You're either confused or scared or you really don't know. I can give you the benefit of the doubt for all three. It's shape-shifting. Okay. You found it. That's what I'm going to tell you. You're seeing something and realize that you can't do nothing about it. That's what you're seeing, right? That shit made you feel like you couldn't do nothing to it. You need to go bomb that shit now. Go fuck them all up. Don't care what it is. Don't care what that shit is. Don't bomb this shit out of it. Since you found it, you know where it is. Yeah. You gotta develop something. The people's gonna ask you, how did you find it and you can't get to it, and it kind of like a time portal and stuff like that. You gotta go searching. You gotta go look for that joint. What did they show you? That's facts. Just saying, you gotta go look for it. I can't listen. If there's a super planet, right? If there's a super planet, and y'all know about the super planet, then y'all niggas need to do y'all job. I can't sit up here on some regular bullshit and, you know what I'm saying? Keep feeding you this shit. Go do what the fuck you hired and made, your mother and father made you to do. That's all I'm saying. If there is a super planet and the aliens all came here, our federal government, say if our federal government is alien and your mom is probably an alien and your dad and your uncle and your fucking grandparents are aliens, right? Say for instance, and their origins came from the super planet, they just gave birth here. That's possible. Yeah, that's what we're trying to tell you. You notice nothing's giving birth on the other planets that they show. You better take the advice that nothing's giving birth on here. Except for planet Earth. We the only thing that's making chimps and shit. You don't see other humans on what they can see, right? So if they hide a super Earth and told you we can go and fuck there, that's something different. Then shit is being made there. So if that's the case, because I ain't never been there, do what the fuck you do. If the super Earth could bomb them, then bomb them. Fuck it. Go for it. Right? It don't make me none. You see what I'm saying? It only makes sense. Otherwise, you got a problem. The shadow Earth. Us. Yeah, the shadow planet is Earth. Us. It's us. And that's the crash, the bubble. And I said, they said it themselves. They said that the bubble, the UFO, the shit that does whatever it wants to do, whether it fails or it succeeds, it's a bubble. It doesn't exist. That's what he said. I believe him. He basically saying, we as human beings are putting our all in this shit. Are all in the sky. And all it takes is this one thing in the sky that we haven't seen before, or that's us, a human being. It's a UFO. It's not a human being. Come disrupt the sky when we all look up. It's not like we could look up gracefully and praise something without seeing it. You've seen the UFO. I just said Jesus Christ. They got depictions of Jesus Christ praising UFOs. So obviously, dude is telling the truth. But is it a gray alien? I don't know. Talk about giants and all of that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The accident, the bubble. Listen, the difference between us being under surveillance and the bubble, human beings are in trouble for the bubble. That I can't be in trouble for that shit because I don't have no hands on nuclear technology and nothing like that. If it's your thoughts, if it's your brain frequencies, then we all in trouble. And I'll take full guilt for it, but you're in trouble too. Each and every human being. Because them shit shoot down. Yeah, UFOs shoot down. And sometimes they got footage of that shit. I'm not saying on the movie. I'm saying what the federal government did, they did a great job. They showed us for the last basically 15, 20 years, right? Basically, honestly and truthfully, faithfully and religiously on the news and reminded us on certain websites. Despite them bringing old footage up and everything, that's what they did. They did a great job on constantly reminding us facts, real pictures, real actions of what the things could do. They did a phenomenal job. You have to give it up for them. Despite them failing us with the technology advancing in IG, showing all types of sexually explicit stuff, despite that, it failing us that way, they did an excellent job on showing us UFO material. So the movie is perfect at its timing because he told you the God's honest truth. He called it what it was. He said they machines. You see the conflict in how we talk. Okay, so a machine could be a drone, or organic drone. And can't that gray UFO be an organic drone? You see what I'm saying? He's scared. The government officials, the federal government is scared. The federal government has nothing else to offer the United States of America. Nothing whatsoever. If you're not taking advantage of social media, if you're not getting paid from YouTube or nothing like that, it's over. Okay? That's the only thing I can say. It's not worth being an American citizen. Despite you being born here and nothing. That's how they feel. Nobody's gonna bother your child making a channel and getting paid for it. Now, it's how he do it, or how she do it, or how she do it and how he do it, is how they do it. But nobody is gonna disturb them from that. So, that being said, That's $25, man. That's $25. And look, they gave rebates on from Amazon. They gave us $28. Listen, they gave us $28. Donald Trump, he gave you PayPal $28. You got till December 13th to claim it. If you got PayPal, you got $28. I got 28 and I got 35 the last time, about a month and a half ago. And the film is $25. And I feel like they clipping it. I have better footage, somewhat better footage than what's on the movie. But for them to keep it 100 like that and tell you the truth on what's really going on in the world and in the whole universe, for them to keep it 100, to show the government, our government officials, our government workers, our federal workers, our federal people, to show that they are like, they could possibly be aliens too. They just in human form, to show that. Or if their origins is from a different planet and it's alien that way. Being alien from a different planet is alien. To show that is fire. Yeah. So go watch it. I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm just saying they didn't show us no UFOs. They showed us people and they told us the truth. They abducted y'all niggas. You pay $25 and you got abducted. I almost didn't catch on, but I caught on to what they meant. Is that human life form, like human flesh, human beings, is like, you're like a mutant form. You're like putting on armor. You see what I'm saying? If you become a human, you have to put on armor. You see what I'm saying? So that's a human being's job, is to be brave. And that's what you're chosen for. It's symbolic to a police officer, because when I made the correlation of a police officer and a federal agent coming for you, the police officer is going to put his hands on you. The federal officer, if anything, is going to shoot you. All right? So the police is going to come to your door if you're a celebrity and beat you up. However, if you get too testy with the federal looking dude, he's going to put a bullet in you. They don't have to call the big black dude that, with the vest, that's a police officer that's going to put the gun in somebody's chest and shoot him. They ain't going to have to call him. The federal dude that just came out of nowhere, he's dressed like a DT. He can just put a slug right in you. That's what you feel to realize. So the people in the police, people like the police because when it comes to that criteria, when the police officer is in uniform working with either a DT, a undercover, or really a federal officer that came into the police station because federal officers is over police officers, he came and got a job on purpose. That's what they decipher. The police officer is just going to try to get you in jail as safe as possible, but the federal officer is going to try to murder you. It's a difference between homicide, killing, and murder. Yeah, he's going to murder you. He's going to murder you right then and there. It's a fact. That's the difference. He already knew about you. He knew about you from dumb long. If there's a federal officer that's not, you see what I mean? He's not in uniform, a police uniform, and then there's a police uniform, he's going to try to get you to jail. But listen, the flip is the federal officer can wear police uniforms. That's the flip. I just told you that. That's what's always happening. That's like wearing new clothes every day when you wake up. That's how I got you niggas. Yeah, it's like going to work every day in a new outfit or something like that instead of wearing the same uniform. I got you. You see what I'm saying? So look, it's crazy because they realize that, death also makes the paranormal UFOs come out. Like I said, there's certain UFOs that don't give a paranormal feeling. Right? But that's what it is. It's death. That's why the joints look paranormal. Fact. and you're trying to kill a UFO using a nuclear bomb. That makes sense. You're trying to kill it. To get it clear, okay, go see the movie. You're not going to be too impressed with the UFO footage. They only showed you paranormal UFO footage. They didn't show you other UFOs. There's Midwest UFOs like that have a different look. You see what I'm saying? Like there's different type of looking UFOs. They showed you paranormal UFOs. That's what I'm saying. In America. That's crazy. See what I'm saying? They explain it to you too. They explain it because the reason why it looks paranormal is because you're using nuclear bombs and nuclear weapons. That's why. That's why. You see what I'm saying? Simple and plain. So look, we gonna play the game. We gonna cook. We gonna feed the fish. We gonna walk the dog. We gonna get look. You gonna see the celebrity lock his girlfriend out of the house. Yeah, the celebrity rapper, he's gonna lock his girlfriend out the house or something. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be a prank. The police gonna get called. Fights is gonna happen with the police. You're gonna see a whole bunch of stuff that makes sense. It makes sense. Everything we do, that human behavior, is summoning the UFO. It's a gray alien, son. Facts. That shit is funny. $25 is steep. He gave us $28.28. I was hoping a few zeros was at the back of that joint. The $28. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be a little bit more kind than us. Like you messing with my name, my social security number, my address, my phone number, my date of birth, my whole identity. I can only get $28 back. How about $2,800 for everybody that got it? You know? Something like, be a little bit more. Like, what is that? Look how these people is eating off off the lizard. The lizards is eating. The lizards is doing what they want to do. Do you not see Candace Owens? She's federal property. And she has a YouTube channel. So is Stephen A. Smith. They're federal property. Everybody, like, what are you talking about? They have YouTube channels. What do you mean? If it's that illegal, they shouldn't be on there. Or is they going to win an argument? Or do they have something? When you're caught red-handed, you're caught red-handed. When you're caught paying yourself, you're caught paying yourself. Okay, she can have millions and millions of followers. But if she has the device to pay herself, because I doubt millions of people is going to get up at the same time and go follow Candace Owens at the same time. Or does she have the software herself and she knows how to operate the software with a bit of copy and paste using the extension? Okay? You understand where this is coming from? She's legally obligated to do it. She's probably not smart enough and they're going to laugh, right? In court, if they do turn on people. See, I am. I'm going to win. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You're going to pull me into court. Like, say if I use the software and I make a whole bunch of money and they pull me in court about it, I'm going to win the argument. I know the literacy. I know the education. I know it. If I sell it to somebody, do they know what I know? No, they don't. I know how to beat you in court with the software. Yes, I do. See, some of them not scared. They're using it and preserving the money, right? The aliens that want to laugh at you and make children, They not worried about the robots or the fucking machines. Yeah, I know how to do something to them niggas. Just being right with you. I'm gonna do that shit. Yeah. It's a gray alien. That's all that shit is. They went and whatever we saw or the United States government has saw, because we have, all right. Listen to this. We have retrieved, quote unquote, UFO leftovers, like the bodies of, like we done shot them out the sky before and picked up the dead body, right? And for some reason, when they touch the shit and they get in contact with the new metal or new whatever it is, because it could be a drone, like I said. And when I say a drone, I'm saying an organic drone, meaning it's from the earth, not from people. It's from the earth. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that shit is from people. I'm saying that shit belongs to planet Earth. That's why I said an Elvin is a leprechaun, is a New Jersey devil, right? Is a gnome. A gnome. That's why I said, if you look what you retrieve. Tiny tree people belong here. Okay. Now, what if them little shits belong here, right? And what about if a gray UFO feels some type, a gray alien feels some type of way about them species? Just saying. You see how white women act. She has an adversary and she has a favorite. They tried to, listen. The FBI wants people silent, right? Because you could figure out what they are when you see them. So when people start talking about it, the FBI gets mad, right? Because they want people to see it for themselves and have their own view. And when people talk about it and make videos and fusses about it, you mess it up for everybody. You're just being selfish. Okay? So think about a YouTube extension. Now listen, I'm catching my own. I'm not stationed with the government seeing shit. I'm not at an Indian base or Area 51 watching them faithfully and religiously because that's what happens. I'm by myself catching them. That's the difference between me and you. So I'm going to be allowed to talk and you niggas is not going to be allowed to talk. I'm not scared, or nor can I see a robot controlling us or crafts or whatever. I think it's just a gray alien. Now, if that's the robot, okay. Then that's what it is. But that's its petrified soul state form. That's how we see it. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's what that joint is about. Facts. They told you what it was. They think it's machines or whatever. And there's a bubble. There's another issue too. The other issue is the nuclear energy. You see how that's different? Because what they trying to show us in the film, the reason why I like the film, is because when they explain that nuclear energy is like messing up the earth, they actually like show in subconsciously they showing that there's other beings too in the world. Like there's other type of human beings. That's what they showing. They showing that, you know what I'm saying? Like they showing three problems. They showing that there's a civilization watching us, right? And it's machines, is, you know what I'm saying? Then there's a problem happen right under our eyes or over our eyes or whatever you want to call it. You know, because it comes from the microwave too. You have the crashes in the bubbles. That's what it is. It looks like a crash or a planned thing. You know what I'm saying? It looks like a planned thing when you shoot something out the sky. In all reality, it's a bubble. So we as human beings are getting caught in bad behavior because we falling for something. You see what I'm saying? I don't think y'all understand that. So the third one though, they're proving that it's not only America using, nuclear energy, it's Russia and China in them too. And they're summoning other stuff, and they're caught up. They're looked at extra. They're looked at like alien too. They want to tell you that, because when they introduce this last part of it, which is the nuclear energy, they're showing you that if you look at a demon, right, or what you portray as a demon, say for instance, there's 3 races, and every race is trying to summon something individually for its own good. So if I got a light skin, dark skin, and a black type of being, right? And they're trying to summon something that looks like them, and they have 3 different type of shades, then you have 3 different types of evil. You see what I'm saying? So if I have 3 different types of evil that look different, it can now become 6, obviously, in somebody's favor. That's what they show through nuclear energy. They showing that America made something paranormal, right? We made something paranormal, but Russia and China, they made something interdimensional, kinda. Facts. So so if you look at it backwards or whatever, if the bubble is just better than us, okay? The UFO that comes in a bubble that fucks our whole thought up is better than us. So if you look at it backwards, coming from nuclear energy, it came back to haunt us because we looked in the sky and we're fucked up. As opposed, we looked in the sky and nothing is there, and we're praising the sun, right? Look at it that way. You see how we fuck ourselves up? It's called recoil. It's recoil. That's what they're showing. They show that the bubble is fake. The UFO that we see is fake. It's not supposed to be there. So it's intruding in our page, our thoughts, our words in our head and stuff like that. We write and, it comes to the head and fruition, stuff like that. The UFO is actually passing us by, making us dumb and smart at the same time. Very possible. It's like yelling in your head. Instead of saying something saying some water one time in your head, if you keep saying it loud in your head, it sticks, right? So that's the third part of the whole problem. Not the machines, not the crash. It's the nuclear shit that the other races keep messing with. The white man with the blue eyes and white woman with the blue eyes and the Asian. The Amazon is doing that shit too. Yeah. See, the Brazilians, they get green. The Spanish people get the green shit because they do a lot of gay shit, a lot of homosexuality. That's why the Arabs get that shit too. They get that green shit because of that. There's a lot of homosexuality, truth be told. Yeah, facts. I said it, motherfucker. The Arabs and the Spanish people get green UFOs where they at because there's a lot of homosexuality. There's a lot of fucked up homosexuality. Homosexuality doesn't mean man on man, just man on man. It's female on female too. Bitches do bitches all the time. They be raping each other and everything. So that's what I'm saying. That's chemical warfare. That comes from chemical warfare. Yes, it does. It didn't come from the machine, and it didn't come from the accident. That specific curse came from chemical warfare, suffocation, molestation, harassment. It all sounds the same. The word, the pattern, facts. Yeah. All of that. Listen, everything makes sense. Everything makes sense. My fault. I almost started laughing because I understand it a little better than everybody else, or whatever. But he was scared, right? So I keep, I got a photographic memory. Sometimes I see sharp pictures in my head, right? And the way he was scared, I keep laughing. I keep like think about it and I laugh sometimes. Like I try to watch basketball, but that joint is funny. So you should go watch the movie. But yeah, the light skinned Asian kind of looking dude, he was scared. That nigga was scared. The one that like a neutrino, because that's a new. If you ask me, he's a neutrino. Right? It was funny. He's scared. It's like he looked out the window and seen that shit, and he got scared. Having an interview, it was funny. It was funny. I don't know if the aliens is filming him, making him scared, or making him say it. I don't know. But that shit is crazy. How it's nuclear energy. It's gas. Yep, that's what it is. You breathe in oxygen and you give out what? All right then. Okay, we not gonna go to class too much. You all breathe. That's a gas. I don't care what nobody say. You're breathing out of gas. I don't care what nobody says, so. I know people don't understand that humor. We was just in the jungle. If you want me to answer the question, you want me to answer that little suspicion, auspicious. It's called auspicious, right? That was auspicious. Like I just left y'all blank. You want me to answer it? We was just in the jungle. How the hell did I go from knowing that to making a nuclear bomb? Okay, so now it's my turn to ask something. Now I could be, so all I'm doing is telling y'all what they said in the movie. And I said there's no pictures, so I gotta get shamed because I said there's no nice UFOs. There's a couple of new ones or whatever. You go see it if you want. But I thought it was going to be way more amazing. And the people or whatever. But the people, that's it. The people that's telling you what's going on, they look paranormal. All right? It's funny. Paranormal is probably you're scared. But then when you talk to the little black Indian dude, he wants some, if he has the scared paranormal feeling, he wants revenge for some reason. And it was funny because it looks like he wants revenge on the Asian. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. There's no Trump, what's Trump going to do? All Trump is going to do is tell us this other extraterrestrial life. They're going to get mad. Anything he does, they're going to get mad. Everything. Just, they're going to show some type of anger. So it doesn't matter. It does not matter what Donald Trump does. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he does. When as far as coming out on wax and saying, yeah, there's extraterrestrial life, or maybe they're robots. It just doesn't matter. If he does it, he does it. If he don't, he don't. So what? You feel me? So what? Like I said, Elon Musk was around a different frequency. I got you niggas. He was around a different frequency. He was playing with radiation and microwaves. He was an experiment.